Coach Virus, what's the hardest position to play in football?
Defensive back.
Why?
Hey man, you going backwards, man.
Mo, what's the hardest position to play in football?
Quarterback.
Why?
Because it's too many reads. You gotta read the quarterback, read the line, watch for screens, play deep. You got different size receivers to do. It's a lot. Stop the run game, all of it.
Jade Myers, running back. What's the hardest position to play?
Running back.
Why?
Because you have to worry about your O-line, and then you got to worry about what hole to hit, what cut to hit, how to flow, how to do anything. Then you got to know how to jump cut. Then you got to know how to get low. Then you got to know how to dodge. You got to know how to jump. You got to know how to run straight. Yes. Running back and quarterback is probably the hardest positions.
Jadon, what's the hardest position to play in football?
Quarterback.
Why?
Because you got to think more about the game and about your strategy and how you gonna get away from, like, say if it's a defensive lineman, like Keegan Horn, for example, running full speed at you, and you can't throw the ball off fast enough.
Kyle, hardest position to play in football?
Cornerback.
Why?
You're running full speed against the fastest person on the team, on the field, and O-line, because you got to block.
Yeah. What's the hardest position to play in football?
Quarterback.
Why?
Because you got to worry about reads. You got to worry about getting tackled by a big 400-pound lineman.
Okay. Anton Witt, what's your hardest position to play in football? What's the hardest position to play? Why?
Because first of all, you run the routes backwards. It's like you got to read hips. It's hard to read wide receivers hips 24/7, breaking, and you got to have a lot of footwork. And like I said, same thing wide receiver be doing regularly. You got to do it backwards. You got to be one of the hardest positions. Do your research.
Markevian, hardest position to play in football?
I say quarterback.
Why?
Because you got to rely on blocks, strategy, and critical thinking.
Tanner,
Yeah.
what's the hardest position to play in football?
Ooh, hardest position. I say quarterback, man. I say quarterback.
Why?
You know, they got to read the field. There's 11 different people they got to watch out for, while at the same time escaping D-line coming at them. It's just hard.
Roman, what's the hardest position to play in football?
I say cornerback.
Why?
Man, you gotta guard people running full speed while you running backwards.
Spaz, what's the hardest position to play in football?
DB and quarterback.
Why?
Because DB, well, I ain't gonna say DB, I'm gonna say safety. Because safety is like the quarterback of the field. Like, you reading like the offense. Like, you got receivers that's like 6'5", 2-something, running like a 4.35 or a 6'7". And like, they fast and you don't know where they're going. So like, you got gyms trying to figure out where they're going. Like, the quarterback has to read the defense in order to make plays on the field.
Exactly right. Persia, hardest position to play in football?
Quarterback.
Why?
They got the hardest position because, like, when they're throwing the ball, they got so many options to go. Say somebody, like, get in front of the ball, they got to throw it somewhere else.
Mill, what's the hardest position to play in football?
Quarterback.
Why?
Because the whole team lean on the quarterback. Quarterback got to make the plays. He got to keep the team up. He got to lead the team. Quarterback is the tower of the whole football team.
Dylan, what's the hardest position to play in football?
Good question. DB.
Why?
Because you got to guard every wide receiver. Mind you, you're already good DB on the team. You got to guard 3 good wide receivers. Or Chris Gonzalez.
Matthew, what's the hardest position to play in football?
My opinion is going to be kicker.
Why?
Because it's actually really hard to kick a field goal. Especially consistently, through the wind.
Gator, what's the hardest position to play in football?
A quarterback.
Why?
Because you got to know every play. You got to know everything your lineman's supposed to do, and every route what you're supposed to do.
What's the hardest position to play in football?
Either quarterback or cornerback.
Why?
Quarterback takes a lot of mental stuff, same with cornerback. I mean, mentality.
Alex Hauser, what's the hardest position to play in football?
Cornerback or DB. Anywhere you got to guard somebody.
Why?
Because you never know the next move. Like, you got to keep up with the speed of things.
Pete, what's the hardest position to play in football?
DB.
Why?
Running backwards. Everything. Just pay attention.
And my 5 positions that I think is the hardest is quarterback, O-line, DB, punter, and kicker. The reason why is because O-line, it's like you got a lot on your plate and you got to, like, protect your quarterback. Quarterback is like you got D-line that's usually taller than the quarterback, and you really need to be tall for the quarterback. Let's go DB. You running backwards. I mean, it's a hard position to work with. You got punter. I feel like punter, if you landed on the wrong spot, then it's your fault. And kicker, you just miss it, then it's your fault as well. So.